Great to be here with you guys today. It's time to see what this Indiana Fever front office is made of. Are they willing to let Justine Passat, someone with extreme potential, catch and shoot, stretch four, high percentage from three, are they willing to let her walk? Or are they willing to cut Damiris Dantas? Are they willing to cut Bree Hall? Are they willing to cut somebody on this roster to ensure Justine Passat is here for the long haul? A three-point sniper.
The offer sheet hit the table like a lead weight, and the shockwaves are still moving through the league. Justine Passat, the one player many believe could unlock Caitlin Clark's full potential, just signed an offer sheet with the Las Vegas Aces. It was not just a transaction. It was viewed as a clear signal that the Indiana Fever front office is failing its generational superstar. While fans were hoping to see this three-point sniper on the floor, the leadership appeared to be looking the other way. Now the clock is ticking, and the silence from the Fever headquarters is impossible to ignore. If they do not act in the next few hours, the perfect teammate for Clark could be gone for nothing, leaving a major hole in the roster that may never be filled.
Star player of this team, but oh yeah, that's right. The Indiana Fever, they don't care to build around the star player of this team. Justine Passat's been a developmental player. And Justine Passat has received a contract offer from the Las Vegas Aces. And Justine Passat has signed that contract offer. Now the Indiana Fever, they're on the clock. Are they going to cut somebody and bring Justine Passat on the main roster? Or are they going to let her walk for absolutely nothing?
Imagine having a 6'4" stretch forward who can shoot the lights out and deciding she is better off as a spectator. That is exactly what has been happening in Indiana while Justine Passat sat on the bench. She is a high-percentage shooter from beyond the arc, a sniper who fits the exact mold of what Caitlin Clark needs to thrive. Clark thrives on spacing and gravity, and Passat provides both in abundance. Yet instead of seeing her in uniform, fans have watched her remain on the sidelines in street clothes. It is a waste of elite talent that has finally reached a breaking point. The Aces recognized the value that Indiana failed to appreciate, and they made their move while Stephanie White and the front office overlooked one of their own assets.
Vegas Aces. And Justine Passat has signed that contract offer. Now the Indiana Fever, they're on the clock. Are they going to cut somebody and bring Justine Passat on the main roster? Or are they going to let her walk for absolutely nothing? Don't hold your breath. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Per the WNBA transactions page, the Las Vegas Aces have tendered an offer sheet.
The situation is now a true race against time because the WNBA transactions page has confirmed the latest development. The Las Vegas Aces have officially tendered an offer sheet to the Fever's developmental standout. Indiana now has just 24 hours to respond by placing her on a standard roster spot or watching her walk away. This is the ultimate test for a front office that has been criticized all season for being reactive instead of proactive. Are they willing to make a roster move to keep a young player with tremendous potential? Or are they going to let a championship organization like the Aces step in and take away the very weapon that many believe was meant to become Clark's primary perimeter target?
Putting her on the standard roster before she heads to the Aces. Somebody who we've asked all season long, can we call her up? Can we see what she's got? But instead, we go out and we sign Grace Van Tooten. We give her a standard roster spot, while Justine Passat, somebody whose game actually fits more with our star player, sits on the bench and gives us a fashion show every night. Now, I'm not complaining, but I would much rather see her dressed in a jersey and not dressed ready to go out on a...
The rumors coming out of the locker room suggest that the frustration is growing. You cannot expect a player like Caitlin Clark to carry the weight of an entire franchise without giving her the proper tools to succeed. Passat was viewed by many as one of those tools. She represents the future of the modern game. A tall, mobile shooter who can punish defenses for doubling the point guard. By choosing not to play her, the coaching staff appears to be sending the message that they are not interested in building a system that highlights Clark's strengths. It is a puzzling decision that has left analysts and fans wondering if there is a major disconnect between the front office's vision and what is happening on the court every single night.
Please, please get me out of here. Becky, I beg of you, Becky, please get me out of here. Wait, you're saying I could go to Las Vegas Aces? I could go to a championship organization, a team that's ran by Mark Davis and Tom Brady has a part in the ownership group and Becky Hammond and whoa, this ain't too bad. Wait, I can learn behind Asia Wilson? Whoa, this actually isn't a bad idea. This actually isn't a bad idea at all. Justine Passat is like this right now. Please get me out of here. Please let me go, Fever. Please let me leave here.
The choice now comes down to a few names that have become major talking points among the Fever faithful. To keep Pissett, the team has to make room, which means someone has to go. The names being discussed are Damaris Dantas and Bree Hall. Dantas has been viewed by many as a player who no longer fits the team's future. A veteran who brings experience, but lacks the long-term upside that a player like Pissett offers. Stephanie White seems committed to the value of veteran leadership, but at what cost? Keeping a player who has already reached her peak while allowing a 20-year-old sniper to join a rival is the kind of move that puts general managers under serious pressure. It is a high-stakes gamble that could define the Caitlin Clark era in Indiana. Interview 6. Justine Pissett's reaction to the Aces offer tells many people everything they need to know about the culture in Indiana right now. Sources say she was eager for the opportunity, viewing the Aces as a chance for a fresh start. Why wouldn't she want to leave? In Las Vegas, she gets the opportunity to join a championship organization led by Becky Hammond and owned by Mark Davis, with minority owner Tom Brady. She gets to learn alongside Aya Wilson, widely regarded as one of the best players in the world, instead of spending another season on the bench under a coaching staff that has rarely given her meaningful opportunities. It is a dream opportunity for a young player who has often been treated like an afterthought by the team that was supposed to develop her into an important part of its future.
She's praying. She's hoping. She's waiting. Let me go. Shout out to Mick Talks Hoops. The Fever have few hours to prove they're a serious franchise by cutting Dantas rather than a young player with potential who's on a 4-year minimum contract. Do the Indiana Fever, do they have the guts? Are they going to prove that they are actually a real deal organization, or are they really going to let Justine Passat walk? And I just refreshed the Indiana Fever page. No news of it yet. No news of Justine Passat.
The comparison between how these two franchises operate has become increasingly difficult for Fever fans to ignore. The Aces are proactive. They identified a need on their roster and found a hidden gem on another team's bench. They did not wait for Pissett to become a free agent. They forced Indiana to make a decision. Meanwhile, the Fever have often been described as reactive, waiting for situations to unfold instead of taking control. It is the same pattern many critics believe has limited the team's progress. While Becky Hammond is focused on building a championship roster, the Fever front office is facing another difficult decision. They are now in danger of losing a player who many believe could have been a long-term starter.
Fans have been wanting her to play all season. Dantas is dead weight, so are a few other players, though I think we all know the Fever will let her go and bring in some 5'8" guard to replace her that played at South Carolina and under Stephanie White at some place and time. We're tired of seeing her rot on the bench. We're tired of it. Happy for Justine, the Fever were doing her dirty. Fever have a 3rd-round pick on the roster, but won't play their 2nd-round pick. Why the F haven't the Fever played her? Fever front office will need to check in on Dawn. They need to check in with Dawn Staley on this one.